What was your job?
I was a social media content creator since 2020. And so I made a good chunk of money from that.
Since 2020? Yeah. What are you making?
I was making... it started in 2024. It was like...
No, you said 2020.
So 2020, I started on social media. By 2021, I was making $50K.
Caption says, woman made over $500,000 on social media. Now she is broke.
Which is like
$50K
normal a year.
Doing what?
Brand deals, selling personal training.
What was your content? Your content was brand deals?
No, I was a health and wellness influencer on TikTok. So you know how...
You look healthy.
Thank you. Back in 2020, all the big trendy TikTok dances were a thing. So I was like doing the dances and putting information like healthy lifestyle tips on the screen, and that
don't eat greasy food.
Pretty
followed
much.
by a TikTok dance.
Yep.
Okay, but you said you were making more than this.
And then 2022, it kind of crept up, 75K. 2023 was like 90K.
You were doing well.
Yeah.
What were your views? Do you still have this?
I do, but I just started posting on it again. I went on a huge hiatus.
Why?
Because I just didn't want to anymore.
Let me tell you guys something, and I've said this before in the last video I released that was titled Content Creators Make Too Much Money, where people are just pretty much giving think pieces on how they believe a lot of content creators pretty much earn too much with content. But there are a lot of content creators out here who've been in her shoes, still in her shoes, and some people who are getting ready to quit simply for the fact of they don't like what they're doing anymore. And, it's a sort of belief set that you have to get out of your system if you can. And I think the belief set that you should always enjoy what you're doing and there is a time and place where you arrive where that will be true just holds a lot of people back from success, from reaching their full potential. There's no reason she should have stopped. From what it sounds like, she should have kept on going and treated her newfound success like she would her regular job, because it goes up and down, right? You can change aspects of what you do. You can have people maybe replace what you don't like to do to make it more bearable. And that's sort of the entrepreneur growth mindset that you have to adapt as you grow to not only build something that's scalable and sustainable over a long period of time, but also to not just be plain out miserable, right? You start off doing everything by yourself as a content creator and doing whatever you have to do to make things work. After that, you end up realizing that you can't do everything by yourself and you're going to need a little bit of help. And you go from this person who has built many skills in content creation. Maybe you are someone who knows how to source content or edit content, and then you know how to present the content. Then you go to getting someone to source or getting someone to edit. And now you have to learn a new role, and that's how to manage people. But what often happens is people start doing content and it get very tiring. And instead of thinking, okay, I could hire somebody else to do this, sure, I may lose some money, but at least this will be bearable and it won't be complete hell. Instead of doing that, what do? They end up quitting because they think that's harder than continuing doing what they've already been doing. Quick break here to talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. One of the expert attorneys in our prenup guide explains a dangerous myth, which is that a lot of people think that you don't need an experienced attorney to draft your prenup. Some people even try to draft their prenups themselves and are shocked when the judge throws that prenup out in court. At fathershaverights.com, we've made it easy to learn how to get a prenup. Our expert attorneys explain everything in clear, easy to understand language. Click the link pinned to the top of the comment section and join the hundreds of men protecting their future marriages the right way.
You were making a living off of it.
The algorithm
No.
changed. And
People's
my
interest changed.
And that.
The algorithm is literally only serving people what they want to keep them on the platform.
That's true.
If you are failing, it's not the algorithm's fault. Sometimes there can be a quick bug.
Yeah.
But that corrects itself typically because they want to keep people on the platform.
Yeah, my audience.
Yeah,
changed.
Maybe if you're still doing health tips with TikTok dances in 2025, it probably doesn't work. But was 90,000 your cap then? Because again, I mean, you're kind of in that world gross, right?
Yeah, it was 90K in 2023. And then 2024, it bumped up to like 225, 250,000.
What was different? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Was so
TikTok
OnlyFans?
was the original place I started making money from brand deals.
That's not AdSense, I'll tell you that.
Right.
TikTok doesn't pay.
Yeah, the most, it was like 250 in a month from that. So it was mostly brand deals. It was mostly because I was a personal trainer and I was selling online personal training services.
Okay.
And then through that, management reached out to me, some management company.
Oh, okay.
To like manage
an
my brand
agency?
deals. Yes.
Sure. That happens.
They ended up getting me a verified badge on Snapchat as like a public creator there. And that's where I started making the most money, was actually Snapchat. So I started that in about 2022.
Well. Yeah. It was the same thing, just health.
No, because my audience on TikTok was 94% female. So I catered to them with the health and wellness piece. My audience on Snapchat was 94% male.
Yeah. I thought this was going where I thought it was going. Snapchat is pretty much OnlyFans. I don't get on Snapchat. There's just no reason for me to have. I feel like Snapchat is for kids. The last time I tried to log on there, I think like maybe last year before I deleted the app, because I was like, why do I have this? Logged on there and I just saw a bunch of twerking, and it was just a bunch of twerking and cheeks everywhere.
So I posted selfies. I posted gym photos. And
selfies, right.
I got a lot of views and I didn't know what to do with it. They started paying me AdSense in about 2023. And
what do you mean you didn't know what to do with it? It was just gym photos.
Right. So it's like, how do I market that?
Did you not go further?
I ended up going further.
She did OnlyFans?
Okay. See, that's what I felt like this was leading to.
She did OnlyFans. Marissa Arnone, you're welcome. No, well, I'm not going to look that up. Somebody else says, this guy is so annoying. Another person who's, why do you think he's annoying? Somebody who's trying to back you. Don't have to watch, right?
Too many people were changing their lives with the TikTok shop and the TikTok Creator Rewards program. Hence the reason why they had to change that shit. Ask anybody who's been making consistent money on TikTok. They will tell you that last year blows this year out of the water, and it's not even funny. I don't necessarily like to talk about my personal finances, but I will tell you, one of the biggest payouts I ever had from TikTok was about $3,700 for 1 month. 1 month. In that month, I got the computer that I got a bunch of other things. I basically got a lot of stuff to I basically took that money to reinvest into me creating content on not just TikTok, but like YouTube, Instagram, and all that shit. And throughout the months, I would make a decent amount of money. Now, I'll be lucky if I crack $500, maybe. And of course, I can't prove this, but I genuinely believe that, I mean, history tends to repeat itself, and we all live in this specific country. So it's like, I just feel that because so many people were making, you know, life-changing money to start their business, save their business, continue their business, keep their head above water, do whatever the f needed to do. People were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. To be honest, people were saying they were making $100,000 a month. I don't know. I guess that sounds a lot. I mean, if somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm making a consistent 20,000, I can believe that. I can definitely believe that, because last year, especially when that Drake and Kendrick shit was going on, for me personally, I was eating off that shit like you wouldn't believe. And of course, you had people who were basically telling folks how much they were making every single month, just making the Creator Rewards program look more and more appealing. And now everybody wants to make content, not because they genuinely want to express themselves through content, but because they just want to make money off that content. That's pretty much all it is. I even looked it up last year. I asked Google, how much money could a person potentially make off of the rewards program? And it literally said word for word, there is no limit on how much money you could make. I'm pretty sure if you type that in now, it's completely fucking different. So if anybody's wondering, again, I can't 1000% prove this. I just feel like if history tends to repeat itself, which it does, the influx of people who are getting into the Creator Rewards program and the idea that this one app is actually filling the holes financially for so many people that society just wants to keep going, so that you report to your job more often, you You stress out more often. You do stupid shit more often. You buy things to make yourself feel better, and then you need more money. Things like that, right? TikTok was something that you just had to be a part of, take advantage of it when you could, and then just, hope for the best in the future, because I don't think it's ever going to come back. And you don't really hear things like this about YouTube, because YouTube is one of those platforms where you genuinely have to eat, sleep, breathe, shit, make love to, go to work with, and die behind YouTube videos to get monetized. I am this close to being monetized, and I have been putting in work on that app on and off, but consistently this entire year, on and off since 2017. And I'm this close to being monetized. This close. So again, if you were ever wondering, this is my opinion about it. I could be wrong. I don't think that I am, though.
Apparently a lot of people don't know this, but yeah, that favorite clip that you have from your creator where they have like 5 seconds where they did something really funny, or like less than a minute really where they did something really funny, they didn't make a dime. Well, what do you mean they didn't make a dime? They made no money at all. Zero. The creator fund only works for videos that are over a minute. It's why I don't make any video that's under a minute. It doesn't make sense. No pun intended there. But to put it in perspective, a video over a minute going stupid viral is like really, really hard. The Creed Edit, that guy, because he already had over 15,000 followers as far as I know on his page. So he was already making money off of his edits. But he did the Creed Edit, and that went stupid viral. That guy probably made a of money off of that. But then again, I don't really know. If my RPM, so my rate per minute watched, so is right around 45 cents on average. Some of my better videos get about 60, but either way. If I get 1 million views on a video, I'll get about anywhere between $600 to $700. The guy who got the Creed Edit, if he's getting the same retention on his video, so the same, RPM, which it's definitely higher, but let's go with the highest I've ever gotten is 66 cents. That dude probably made, it's about $650 per million views. The thing got like 123 million views. It's a lot of money. Now, that said, I think TikTok also cuts it off at some point. Like, they muted the video. Really disappointing. He got copyrighted, I think. Which will be interesting to see if he can make any money off of that, actually. But that's kind of how it works. Which is why, if you have a couple videos that start to do well and you start to make a little bit of money, don't quit your day job. Seriously, don't. You will end up more broke than you are currently. TikTok is a great way to help subsidize your income, but unless you're you get to a super big level where you're making, I would say, anywhere between $4,000 or higher a month, you really, really can't do it. And then you also got to think about taxes, because the taxes are taken out. So really, you really probably want to be making right around $8,000 a month, and then keeping $4,000 put away for taxes. That's kind of how you want to do it.
So I was supposed to make $3,600 from TikTok this month. I brought the app 5 million views. I'm going to put a little picture, maybe right here. They are paying me $57.60 cents. And when I asked them why, they gave me this long explanation. Long story short, saying that all of my views, I have 3 videos last month that hit 1 million, and multiple with 6-digit numbers. Was it $57 and some change? Kid you not. I cannot believe this. And I'm kind of sad, because I say it all the time. My rewards that I get from this app, they go straight to my nonprofit. Everything's go straight to my nonprofit. And for me to have to lose that, and now I have to tug on, and I have an event coming up, by the way. Mind you, I have an event coming up. Now I have to go in my bill money. Otherwise, it's going to this event for me, because I also have obligations that cost a lot of money that I was expecting to get from TikTok, because it said I was going to make north of $3,500. They took $1,000 off and then took the rest of it off and gave me $50-something. I'm upset. I'm annoyed. Y'all, donate to my nonprofit. Tap the link in my bio. I have a nonprofit dedicated to keeping Black history in our schools. By creating a 2-hour program. I'm kind of I can't believe it. I'm going to wait until tomorrow, the 15th, but I am actually pretty upset. Because it's already, in the app, it says this is how much was sent. So, I'll still see you on Juneteenth. I just may not have as nearly as many flyers. I may not have the pins. I may not have the things that I needed to have, but it's okay. Ain't gonna stop me. Donate to my nonprofit by tapping the link in my bio. Thank you. I also have Cash App because a lot of people ask me that. I do have Cash App. It's in the bio. But did you know this? Oh, seriously. And for those of you that want to know like what I'm doing with the donation, Juneteenth specifically is going to be a very, very large event. And what I wanted was, after I'm done giving the educational piece, I wanted to give someone, well, before I went up there, I wanted them to have pamphlets, something that they can like look over while I'm teaching, so they're not just like staring up at me, right? And then I also wanted to give them lapels. I don't have one with me, but I always wear them. But just a little gold lapel. Which I lost my vendor because I was getting them from a very, very cheap vendor, but I take it as tariffs or something like that. I don't know. Long story short, like they went up. When I tell you I was paying like $6 for just one lapel, it went up to like $19 a lapel. I'm not paying that number. I found another source, but I have to buy it in bulk. When I tell you, it's a lot. Guys, down to even printing my share of flyers, I'm supposed to be giving out 500. When I tell you I need these donations, and I never thought that I'll be on here like in a begging sense, but I don't want this event to go wrong. Like I really want to be able to like give people something, let them leave with something, and it be educational, and it be something from me to them, and it be in the form of something educational about Black history. I wanted to have the pins, I wanted to have the flyers, I wanted to have, or the pamphlets, the brochures, and I need to have these flyers. Like I hate this app. I hate this app, and if you have it, can you hold $5? Can I hold $5? Goddamn. But if not, I'll take it as it just wasn't meant to be. In my next event, I'll be able to have those things, but I'm still hopeful. And TikTok, how dare they?
Somebody else says, haha, it's always ending in OnlyFans. Somebody else here added all this talking just to avoid saying it's OnlyFans. So it sounds like we have an OnlyFans model here who went broke. The problem with OnlyFans is, as you can imagine, you just ruined your reputation. What I mean by that is a digital footprint is real. Notice how this person immediately recognized her. He's probably familiar with her content. And I'm kind of shocked, if I want to be honest with you, but I'm not going to go there. The challenge now for her is to now rebrand yourself as somebody who can be taken seriously in business is going to be very, very, very challenging. I mean, how many OnlyFans chicks are just regretting the fact that they did OnlyFans, and now they worry about getting a regular job and somebody somehow finding out that they did that in the past. I'm sure it has to be wild. I thought this was going to be like a regular content creation type story, but no. Lesson learned. Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.